liked it a lot. I can't believe the stamina of the dancers. Absolutely wonderful. Very graceful. The colors are beautiful. The music is awesome.
The loveliness of the costumes and the gracefulness of the movements. The women are so beautiful and the men are so strong and do such wonderful movements.
Rinky 女士和 Winkler 先生都很喜欢神韵歌曲和歌词。
She was so beautiful. Her voice was so powerful. Out of such a gentle young woman, it was lovely. Very nice.
I couldn't believe so much power came out of that tiny little body. Amazing. I was absolutely amazed at the strength of her voice, and it was beautiful. I think probably the reverence that she was demonstrating through the music and her song, and the words sort of correlated with that reverence that I heard and that I saw on the screen.
他们感到神韵内容多元的节目让世界走到一起。
I think the one that at the very beginning of the diversity brings us together, that we're all different and yet we come together. And it is such a bringing together of cultures and mindsets, and it's quite lovely.
Yeah, I think the whole idea of diversity and the uniformity of the cultures, there really isn't a difference between all human beings. And that's the thing that I think diversity tries to point out, is that we are all human beings, and that particular portrayal of it through that song and the language of the interpretation, that's what I saw. I saw that strength and diversity and bringing together peoples of the world.
新唐人美中记者站美国密西根州底特律市采访报道。
It was just very uplifting and just there was a lot of electricity. It was just very, I don't know, it was fabulous.
I found it just very uplifting, very exciting. The beauty and pageantry of it was quite phenomenal. I really enjoyed every minute of it.
二胡独特的表现力和传神的演奏触动着拜伯考克先生的内心深处。
I was really surprised the fact that the two strings, she was able to bring such emotion into that instrument and cause the emotion to flow from the instrument in such a way that she did. Even though there were only two strings, she did everything from sorrow to happiness to joy to a thunderous sort of feeling that was coming just directly out of the instrument. I felt that inside me, not just with my ears, but with my soul.
The instrument was part of herself. It was like she was sharing herself through that instrument.
Absolutely. I would say the same thing. It wasn't just the instrument and the performer. They were one together. And because of that, what she brought out of the instrument and how that instrument portrayed her feelings was something that was just a beautiful thing to behold. We'd like to thank them.
We'd like to thank them very much for all that they put into it. And we could tell they put everything that they had into it to share it with us and make it the best it could possibly be.
And the orchestra as well. I
was
watching the orchestra and just the facial expressions they had. It wasn't just a job playing an instrument. They were feeling the instruments too. I would just like to thank them for the experience that we'll never forget.
新唐人美中记者站密西根州底特律市采访报道。
I thought it was beautiful. The backdrops were incredible, and the colors even matched all of the outfit, the costumes. So that was beautiful. So the movement, the color, and one of my favorite things is when the dancers will jump off the stage into the screen, and then the activity and action happens on the big screen in the background. And it also made me appreciate the universal language of dance, because we were able to understand the story in Chinese and English. It was really beautiful.
底特律 AMA 营销协会总裁丹尼尔·坎特女士很喜欢众神下世，开创5000年中华文明的历史传说和现代中国人坚持信仰的故事。
I think the start of it with the divine direction to go and create dynasties and the storytelling was really beautiful because I think it unites us in terms of humanity and tells story of despair, of hope. In one particular story, a couple was separated and he was tortured and lost his sight, and through faith and hope they found each other again through the divinity, through divine intervention. He was healed and they were reunited. So it's really a story of struggle, but then also of getting together again.
新唐人美中记者站美国密西根州底特律市采访报道。
Love it. It's very interesting, very, it's different, it's unique, it's very well done. You can tell the performers really are putting a tremendous effort into the production. The dance is great.
Oh, the dancing, the color, the peaceful music, very calming. Just enjoyed the whole show.
The song, the divine, to remind us all that we are a result of a divine creation.
Paul Antrim 先生在世界领先的柴油发动机制造商 MTU 担任资深销售经理。他表示，传统的中华文化像是沉睡的巨人，而神韵演出使其再现。
I love this show. It's very interesting. It's my first time to experience this type of culture, the Chinese dance, and it gives me some insight into that culture, and I find it very interesting. And the dancers are extremely talented.
I guess more in our time, we're more associated with the communist China and not the peaceful and the self improvement and things of the people.
The modern day China is communistic, as you know, and I think that's having a negative impact on the traditional Chinese culture. And I think we're losing that traditional Chinese culture, which is really something that we didn't know a whole lot about. I think the Chinese culture for us here in the United States has been somewhat hidden. It hasn't been real open. It's been like the sleeping giant. And this kind of opens it up so that we can see what the culture's been like in the past.
Come and see it.
Come and see it. It was great.
新唐人美中记者站密西根州底特律市采访报道。
Oh, the show was wonderful. The costumes were beautiful. The dancers were so elegant. It was an amazing night. Absolutely.
I love the show. It was absolutely beautiful. The costumes were amazing. They were like moving pieces of art. The singing was incredible. The orchestra was just beautiful. I loved the whole experience. It even brought me to tears. I can't wait to come back. It was wonderful.
The silver jewelry was amazing too. We loved that.
珠宝设计师罗麦诺女士赞叹神韵的色彩、天幕与舞蹈结合在一起，给人超出寻常的整体体验。
Breathtaking. Absolutely exquisite. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And the more that they danced, the more the colors popped and the room got brighter. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And the way that they incorporated the backdrop was amazing. It was like magic almost. I loved it. It was unbelievable. It was so beautiful. I was just so moved, and I just started to cry. The women were just so beautiful. It was during the dancing of the sleeves and the way that they were moving and the way that all the colors were brought together. It took my breath away. It did.
新唐人美中记者站，美国密西根州底特律市采访报道。
Spectacular, beautiful show, unbelievable dancing, great stories, and very vibrant. The colors are spectacular.
Patrick Rugel 先生是密西根当地著名的意大利餐饮集团老板，家族生意50多年来不断扩大。他从演出中看到人生的重要信息。
It had a beautiful, positive message, very spiritual, on how we're, here to do good things and hopefully return to a good place at some point.
It connected with me as far as my faith also. It was a lot of similarities. It was beautiful. I like that they put the words up so that we could relate with it. Yes.
The same as my wife. I mean, we share a pretty strong faith, and just these people getting persecuted, the storyline is just very moving. It strikes home, it really does.
观众被演出中的故事深深吸引，十分敬佩艺术家的付出。
I like the story aspect of it, the history. I like the fact that it puts real life situations on the stage and it shares with us. I really like that. The movements are very delicate, very intricate, and I can imagine how much training these dancers would need with the talent that they have. It's amazing.
新唐人美中记者站美国密西根州底特律市采访报道。
The graphics and the way that they incorporated those into the performance, the lighting effects. We were talking about the choreography being absolutely brilliant and how syncopated everything was, and it was just wonderful to see how everything came together, and it was just perfect.
演员的热情和完美配合，深深打动了口内的先生。
Yeah, the coordination of the dancers, the choreography, the music, the backdrops, the entire production was exceptionally impressive from beginning to end. And I'm still surprised at how well everything fit together. It was great. And then, of course, this ties back into the passion of the performers. You can tell that they were really putting their hearts and souls into it.
作为视听技术专业人士，口内的感到神韵艺术团乐团的现场演奏效果非常精彩。
The orchestra was brilliant. The sound effects that were incorporated were wonderful, and how everything was synced together with the backdrops and the music itself, and the choreography was just right on.
新唐人美中记者站美国密西根州底特律市采访报道。
周日，神韵北美艺术团在底特律歌剧院的11场演出圆满落下帷幕，开创了8个公司的成功企业家和公司老板看了演出纷纷表示，神韵的舞蹈、音乐和故事非常精彩。最令人震惊的是，一位患色盲症的老板神奇地看见了绚丽色彩。
Beautiful, very inspiring. I'm enjoying it a lot. The dancing is spectacular, and the storylines are brilliant. It's really excellent. And the costuming is out of this world.
I thought it was very energizing, and I was inspired by the graceful movements and the choreography, the coordination of all the dancers together, and the use of the props and the coloring and the costumes. It was like a kaleidoscope of colors. It was just absolutely beautiful.
The orchestra was magnificent. The timing between the orchestra and the performers was exceptional. I enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
神韵故事打动了底特律主流社会观众。
There are stories that kind of touch the soul.
I think the story of the man who was beaten by the communists and taken to prison, that struck a note. Because I've heard about religious persecution in China, and that was sort of it. It was really well done.
Absolutely touched my heart. All of it, really.
让营销公司老板 Brian Tush 先生震惊的是，患有色盲症的他看见了神韵舞台上缤纷色彩。
For me, again, it was the color that just really touched me, the bright yellow and the movement. It just really dazzled my eyes.
I'm colorblind, but yet certain colors I can see, and those colors were very vibrant for me. So I was able to see those, and those were breathtaking for me because they were so vibrant in my mind. I could see those, and they jumped out, and almost I could feel those internally from the colors that I saw on the stage.
新唐人美中记者站美国密西根州底特律市采访报道。